5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Welcome back to the channel, my productivity pals. It's Valerie here at You to Do You, running yet another experiment. I'm grabbing my apron, I'm grabbing my headphones, and I'm tackling this kitchen. We're working today with Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. She's counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to get yourself going. And definitely, as you can see, this kitchen needs some attention. I need to get going on it. Look at that junk in the dish drainer. What's that doing there? Anyway, so we're going to be testing out Mel Robbins' 5-second rule in this video. Let's see if it's a productivity tool worth considering. All right, so I have a nice clean kitchen. Did I need Mel Robbins to kick me in the butt? Well, yeah, I think it helped. I'm not sure I've developed the habit of remembering when to kick myself in the butt with it, but for now, good. So let me just pop in here a moment and give you the basics on the 5-second rule. The idea is to use these 5 seconds to activate what she calls your everyday courage. You're using this everyday courage, she says, to change your life. The premise is that waiting to feel like doing something important to you may mean that you're waiting forever. She discovered/developed this technique when she was at a low point in her life. She was unemployed, her husband's business had tanked, and they were in debt to the tune of $800,000. And she said she was just hitting the snooze alarm over and over again, literally and figuratively, because she was letting life get her down. And then one day she saw a rocket launch on a TV commercial and it hit her. It just needed to blast off. So she counted herself down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 the next day when she was getting out of bed, and she got going to turn that ship around. The method is like this. You get to sort of notice an impulse of something positive, whether that's an actual positive thing or interrupting a negative thing, and you just go immediately 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you just do it. If you wait longer than 5 seconds, you might hesitate. And hesitate is the action killer, she says, because hesitation is a signal to your brain that something is up, that maybe you shouldn't proceed. But she says, if you know that getting out of bed, applying for that job, asking for something you really want is actually good for you, something you want, then you should just take action. And counting down is perfect for that. Because counting is an action in itself. And so that action can disrupt some of the hesitation thoughts and move you into action. And counting down is perfect because it requires just a little bit of concentration. Again, interrupting those thoughts, some of that negativity, some of that hesitation, and something that's blocking you from moving forward. And she says counting down is good because it has an arrival point, and at that arrival point, you can just go from there. So that's the gist of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. It's simple, and if Mel's experience is any indication, life-changing, pretty powerful. It's about skipping the mental battle inside your head and just letting your inner wisdom guide you, or at least so she says. But I would love to hear from you. Have you ever tried this technique before? Did it help? Or if you've never heard of it, does this sound like something you'd try? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Please drop us a line there and let us know how you tackle that moment in between thinking and doing. Okay, so let's put this to the test. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woof. All right, I really need to get going today. I'm letting Mel Robbins kick me in the butt, and I'm combining that with the Pomodoro method, setting a timer so I know that there's a break on the other side of this, 45 minutes, and I'm just going to get going. Hey, friends, I'm checking in with you on this 5-second rule experiment. I am super sleepy today. I just got home from the grocery store, and I really just want to take a nap. No matter what, I'm going to be putting these groceries away. I'm not going to let them sit here because stuff needs to get in the fridge and the freezer. But I would also love to get some of these items cooking and have them ready for later. And also, I do have a client meeting that I have to prepare for tomorrow. I can't blow it off. Oh, there's a siren. So the question is, do I take a nap and try to kind of refill my tank, rest for later? Or do I just, maybe try Mel's technique of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and get myself to go? So in the end, I just forced myself to get going by putting away the groceries. And that did actually lead me to roasting some veggies, which was awesome. And then I put those veggies away. I made a smoothie. And heck, I even made some cookies. So yes, there's something to say about momentum. But now I have a dirty kitchen. Not ideal, but I'm going to leave the kitchen just a little bit of a mess. Just so I can, get some work done. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I guess. Here we go. Mel Robbins specifically talks about using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method to get out of bed. Nah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Social media be gone. Yes, please. I think I made the observation that this 5-second rule technique is probably better suited for things that require courage or motivation. I tried to think about things in my life that would require courage or motivation. And what popped into my mind was that, I live in this great city and I don't always take advantage of all the amazing activities and things to do here. It does require a bit of courage for me to go out and do things, take advantage of my city because, I'm kind of not always a people person and being in crowds is not always my thing. But I don't think motivation is required exactly for me to get out and do things. Mostly I just need to focus on making plans to get out and do things, enjoy my city in favor of projects and tasks that are, right in front of me. So earlier today, I went online and I found some fun stuff going on and I made some plans to do them. So did I need that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method for that? Not precisely. But of course, it did help that this experiment did light a fire under me. Okay, so I've used the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method to get myself to clean the kitchen, to get working, to cook up some veggies, turn off social media, get myself to the farmer's market for some fun in the city. I did not use it to get out of my warm, cozy bed. Nope. But mostly effective. Yeah. Over the months I started this experiment, I found out that I mostly used it to haul my butt off the couch to get off to bed on time. And, that's not insignificant. Going to bed late means waking up late or waking up sleepy, both of which can ruin a day. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but I'm going to say with some caveats. First of all, it's not a super nuanced technique. It's kind of up to you to discern when it's called for. Its simplicity means that it can kind of universally be applied, but I'll say that it was most of effective in those kind of in the moment hesitations. I didn't really need it to get me to the farmer's market. For that, I really just need to turn my focus to looking for activities to do outside my house instead of more of what was right in front of me. It was better for things like turning off Facebook and kicking off a work session, whether that was at my desk or in the kitchen, or like I said, getting myself off the couch at the end of the evening. In the book, Mel gives lots of examples of people using it to ask for a raise or start training for a marathon or start writing a book. They count down and then boom, schedule that appointment with the boss or put on those shoes and go for a jog. Pull out that sheet of paper and start writing. If your goals are broad and vague, you may need to take a moment to kind of drill down on your big goals to actually define actions that you could take before using this rule. But she's trying to pull you away from any sort of analysis paralysis. So in the spirit of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, I'll say that any action you take is probably better than no action. And once the momentum is going, you can refine. Second, there's nothing inherent in the method that will keep you using it. So my question is, how will you remember to use it? Yeah, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule could prompt you to get going, but what's the prompt to use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method in the first place? In my time as a productivity coach, I've discovered how important it is to do both the new thing, like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, or maybe better said, to test out doing this new thing, and to develop the habit of doing the new thing, like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The more effective and fun the activity is, the more likely you are to continue doing it. It becomes its own reward. And, maybe the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method is so amazing and effective for you that it will become unforgettable to you. But short of that, it may take a bit of engineering. It's like not integrated into your life without a good prompt or reminder to do it. You may not remember to do it. And honestly, that's what happened to me. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method just kind of slipped out of my awareness as things got busier with work. I didn't really need the method to motivate me because I was motivated by deadlines and by my inherent enjoyment of my work. And I thought about it. I thought if I really wanted to use this method consistently, I might find some buddies who are also doing it. I would set up times to check in and share examples of when it was useful. And this would keep it in the conversation, in the mix, in my brain, making it more likely to use. In her book, Good Habits, Bad Habits, author and researcher Wendy Wood talks about the importance of environment and context for setting new habits. And sometimes that means a phone alarm or, pairing a habit with one you already do. But I don't think those kinds of prompts would work in this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 example. So maybe find some buddies to do this with. Please hop down in the comments and share your experiences. You can use this channel for a community too. It might just be that buddy that you're looking for is here in the comments. Last, the method taken the wrong way could be maybe a bit aggressive. In the book, Robbins uses words like, use the 5-second rule to push yourself. I was the problem, and in 5 seconds, I could push myself and become the solution. I don't love that kind of thinking. It suggests to me a kind of disregard for your feelings and doesn't really allow for much nuance. For example, on the day that I came home with the groceries and was super sleepy, that was not a time to push myself. It was time to work with the reality of my physical state and to try to kind of triage the afternoon to handle the important priorities with the energy I had. I do have the luxury of a flexible work schedule. And, just the thought of pushing myself unnecessarily when I had pushed myself hard for way too many years, I personally find that almost nauseating. So I'm always going to favor the nuanced approach to motivation rather than the push, push, push. In the end, I chose to interpret her use of the word push to mean that she's telling us not to relentlessly grind, hustle, burn out, go. I think what she's really talking about is identifying something that you want to do, whether that's making that hard phone call or just clicking away from social media, really just noticing the impulse to take the action, and then don't let any silly thinking get in the way of it. She argues that your brain will come up with any kind of excuse to get you from doing that thing. So just do it before you can start listening to those stories in your brain that's trying to tell you about that, how that phone call, is maybe too hard or, maybe just one more scroll. And really, I love any technique that invites in awareness of what's going on in your brain. She's like, oh, I'm getting in my own way here. Let's redirect and get going on what's important to me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so there's my review of Mel Robbins' 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. What do you think? Are you going to give it a try? Running experiments like this is the you to do you way. If you want to learn how to test productivity methods and see if they can improve your life, click on the video that is hovering around here next to walk you through my 4-step method for running your own productivity experiments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.